No one ever dared to go near it again. Months passed, and Lily and Ben tried to move on from their frightening encounter. However, the memory of Mr. Mouse lingered in their minds, especially at night when the shadows seemed to dance with an eerie life of their own. One evening, as Lily was getting ready for bed, she noticed something strange. Her favorite doll, which she always placed on her shelf, was missing. She searched her room, but it was nowhere to be found. As she turned to leave her room, she saw it, lying in the middle of the floor, with a small note pinned to its dress. With trembling hands, she picked up the note and read the chilling message, "I miss our playtime. Mr. Mouse." Fear gripped her heart. She rushed to Ben's room, finding him sitting on his bed, staring at his toy chest, which was slightly ajar. "Lily, look," he whispered, pointing to the chest. Inside was his favorite toy car, also with a note, "You can't hide from me, Mr. Mouse." Realizing that the nightmare was far from over, they decided to confront their fears once more. They couldn't let Mr. Mouse terrorize them forever. They gathered their courage and returned to the bakery, determined to put an end to the horror. This time, they were better prepared. Armed with the mirror and a few more tools they thought might help, they entered the bakery and made their way to the hidden door. The tunnel was as dark and foreboding as before, but they pressed on, guided by their resolve. When they reached the chamber, it was eerily quiet. The toys and furniture were undisturbed, as if Mr. Mouse had been waiting for them all along. "So, you've come back," his voice echoed through the chamber, though he was nowhere to be seen. "We're not afraid of you," Lily declared, holding up the mirror. The light from their flashlights reflected off its surface, casting a bright beam across the room. Mr. Mouse appeared, his form more grotesque and twisted than before. "You think that mirror can save you again?" he snarled, but there was a hint of fear in his eyes. Ben took a step forward, his voice steady. "We know your secret. You can't stand your own reflection," Mr. Mouse hissed, his form wavering. "You cannot defeat me," he shrieked, lunging at them. But Lily and Ben stood their ground, the mirror's reflection growing brighter and more intense. As the light engulfed Mr. Mouse, he let out a final, ear-piercing scream. His form dissolved into a cloud of smoke, swirling violently before being sucked into the mirror. The chamber shook, and the toys and furniture began to crumble to dust. The siblings ran, the tunnel collapsing behind them. They barely made it out of the bakery before it caved in, sealing the entrance forever. Gasping for breath, they stood in the moonlit street, the old building now a pile of rubble. "Is it over?" Ben asked, his voice trembling. Lily nodded, though she wasn't entirely sure. "I think so. We trapped him in the mirror. He can't hurt us anymore." From that night on, the legend of Mr. Mouse faded into the town's history, becoming just another spooky story to tell around campfires. But Lily and Ben knew the truth. They kept the mirror hidden away, a reminder of the darkness they had faced and conquered together. And sometimes, late at night, they could still hear faint whispers in the wind, as if Mr. Mouse was calling out from his prison, waiting for the day he might be set free. But the siblings were ready, knowing that no matter what, they would face their fears together.